Yahweh, we gather ourselves together that we might nourish ourselves in your divine and holy word. We have learned much and your spirit has been kind. And we ask that you give us a spirit that we may continuously work and do and perform that which is expected of us. We ask thee that your angels might encamp about us and encourage us each and every day of our lives, to walk perfectly in your commandments, to love thee, and to embrace you with the most sincerest of our emotions, and that we may be able to rise up above the stress and torments and strains of this society, that we may keep our mind and keep and do thy commandments with perfection, and that thou may cause us to overcome our weaknesses in all things, and that we may devote our lives unto thee. Yahweh, Allahayama, 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 Yahiyawa, Laratiswana, Amoraya, Haya, Wahagayawana, Labaya, Lapanayaka, Yahawaha, Tiswaraya, Waga, Wa'alaya, Baka, Yabaraka, Yasharala, Yagadala, Allahayama, Fairwaka, Allahayama, Ashura, La'a, Asayura, Wapaladaya, Wachastadawa, Mataya, Amana. We're gathered here today as we've gathered on other occasions to be nourished by the words of our God. And this evening we will deal with a lesson that I entitled called The Superior Person. Now, when we hear the word superior, and we're not talking about the superior race, we're talking about the superior individuals that and what makes one superior. And is no doubt in our minds, if I told you that I was superior, you would have every type of reason to criticize it. But if I told you that Yahweh is superior, there's no criticism. If I say God is superior, there's no criticism. And that which God takes to himself is superior. Those that keep the commandments of Yahweh is superior. Not superior in that they feel that they're better, but they're superior in that they keep the commandments of Yahweh and the rank in which Yahweh has imposed upon them. See, I'm talking about that when we read and understand what superior and inferior is, then we understand the position that I'm taking in this lesson is to show you that we're coming from being superior from the commandments and keeping these commandments. It makes you better than those that you are among. You cannot be God. Yahweh never made anything inferior. When he made Adam, Adam was superior. And when Yahweh came down and divided Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob from all other nations, he was not going to divide and make an inferior nation. He was going to make a superior nation in that they would do his will, which all people, this is what In Ecclesiastes 1, Solomon said, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Keep God's commandments. But this was the whole duty of Adam, man. This was the whole duty of not just Israel, but all. But as we begin to understand that as these things have not been taught, and the efforts have not been put forth by those teachers that supposed to have been called by God to teach His Word. And in this time in the earth, when this nation that's being risen up, that has been downtrodden so long, they need a superior idea, and Yahweh's idea is superior. It tops all. There's no better, there's no greater idea than the idea of Yahweh our God. And those that attach themselves to Yahweh's idea, they are superior. And they must know that that is what they are. They are supporting and promoting and projecting a superior thought in the earth. And how many people is doing this, carrying this idea of Yahweh truly and what it is to be carried forth in the righteousness, in the truth, in the caring and the consideration in which Yahweh has pointed out in His commandments, in His Torah, in the prophecy, in the writings, and which way that this superior idea is to be cultivated in the individual person. And as Yahweh said, though Israel be as the sands of the sea, only what? A remnant. So this remnant is being nurtured in a superior thought. And that thought is to keep Yahweh's commandments, to eradicate all inferior ideas out of their minds, that they might become superior. And when we look in the dictionary of the word superior, it says above the average, very good, excellent. So this is what Yahweh, when we read the Torah, we'll find out that this is what Yahweh is working towards, the superior, not the inferior. The inferior is those that break and distort and scatter the word of Yahweh. The superior word of Yahweh can only be taught by those whom Yahweh gives. It also says the secret of Yahweh is with them that fear Him. His superior idea, those that grab and understand the superior idea. As He said, whom shall I give this idea to? Whom shall I make to understand this doctrine of superiorness? That then they themselves become superior. Yahweh Himself is superior. Is a superior being. And He would not take something inferior and not work it that it might become superior. And this superior beings will be an example that all humanity, all mankind, because see, people are always willing to criticize when they see any flaw. If they see one flaw, they're willing to criticize. If they see you do one thing, they find fault. Yahweh is bringing these superior beings where there's no fault. There is not one fault in it. And this is what we're going to read in the Torah about the superior being. And this is what I like to give to you that has been written down, because Yahweh, when He raised up Israel, and He said, I knew that Jacob was a transgressor from the womb, being that there was an inferiorness in Jacob, that He would purge this out, that He would make them a superior people, that He would make them the example, that they would be endowed with His idea of what being superior is. Let us go to Isaiah and understand that Yahweh is a great God. And there's no God like Him. Isaiah chapter 55 express Yahweh's being a superior God. And 55 verse 8 to 9, what does it say?
For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith Yahweh. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts.
So we can see that Yahweh has a superior thought, that His thought cannot be compared unto our thoughts. His way is superior. He has a superior way. And we know that the history when he came to Abraham and he led them out. He led him out from his homeland. We know that Yahweh was from the beginning. He was the manipulator. He was the guide. He was the overall person that was promoting this thing to come into being, which would later be called Israel. And he said they would have power with man and God. And we know that Yahweh, anything that deals with him, is superior. So we can see that we're dealing with a God that's already told his creation, your thoughts and your ways are not my ways. So what was Yahweh's ways and who had those ways? Who then those ways and their thoughts that was on Yahweh's mind would automatically make the people that he would give it to superior. And what was that thought? His law. That was his superior idea to us. His law, what he expected us to do. And that would bring us into harmony with him. That we might be one. Where he said, you was married unto him. He was a husband unto you. What other nation did he say this to? He could not take a nation, being a great God as he is, and make them inferior. The meaning of what inferior is. So let us go and Deuteronomy chapter 28, and let us see that even in Deuteronomy, Yahweh talks of this superior nation. These people that would be ever on the top, and they would not be on the bottom. You understand? Because when we read what being superior is, then we know. Let's start at Deuteronomy 28, verse 1. What it says?
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh thy God, to observe and to do his commandments, which I command thee this day, that Yahweh thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So we can see that when we read the word superior, and we understand what it means, and we understand that it's in that we were to be above, not beneath. And we was to always be above all nations. Is this a matter of going and reading the word, what superior meant? We fit that category because we were to always to be above and never beneath. We was to be of the highest quality of Yahweh's manifestation of working with the people. See, and he told us in the book, in Deuteronomy 28, 12 to 13, what did he say also?
And Yahweh shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven, to give the rain unto thy land in his season, to bless all the work of thine hand, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. And Yahweh shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. If that thou hearken unto the commandments of Yahweh thy God, which I command thee this day to observe and to do them.
So we can see that when we analyze what the definition of being superior is, we have it. There's no doubt about it. And those of us as that individual coming back to form that remnant, we are superior. And let us go on to clarify what we're talking about, because we know that people are going to misunderstand. You understand? But it's written. You understand? I'm just using a word to describe what it means, being superior. You understand? Yahweh picked out the superior race. We are the superior race. Israel is the superior race. Regardless of what anybody, I didn't say it, it's written in the Torah. Yahweh didn't say he would put somebody above us. Anyone that's going to come in is going to come into us. They're not going to absorb us. We're going to absorb them. Anybody can come into us, but they lose their identity. We don't lose our identity. See? So let us go to Deuteronomy, let's go to Deuteronomy 18. And this is what Yahweh was telling me. He told us from the beginning. 18, verse 13.
Thou shalt be perfect with Yahweh thy God.
See? So Yahweh told us that we was to be perfect. And you should look up the word what perfect is. He said perfect. Without flaw. See? So let us go on, and I have to leave certain things to your own imagination. You understand? I mean, I don't think I should have to answer everything that's on your mind. You've been given the tool to work with things. You have been given the tool to be curious. I'm just stimulating that thought. I'm opening up a door to you to understand that if anybody that's been bowed down to think they're nothing, the American black ex-slave in America don't think he's anything. Now, when he understands that he's Israel, and that he's superior in thought. See, because that's what Yahweh used, thought. Now, when you begin to express that thought, let me explain to you, because you are to be perfect with your God. You are presenting him. You're taking on his way, so you're perfect. And you have to begin to nourish that thought of perfection. And the perfection of being superior is in the law. He destroyed all the nations because they didn't keep his law. And he told us, keep my commandments. See? So let us go on to Psalm 19. We know that we're talking about the superior person. The superior person in that and in all nationality that will do and keep the commandments of Yah. You understand? Because they are the ones that will be drawn out onto the service of Yah. Because Yahweh said, my house shall be a prayer for all people. See? 19, verse 7, what does it say?
The law of Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul.
Okay, so it said the law of Yahweh is perfect. So those that keep this law is perfect. Read it again.
The law of Yahweh is perfect.
That's right. The law of Yahweh is perfect. And we were what? Told to do what?
Keep the law.
That's right. To keep it. And in there it would make us what?
Perfect.
Superior.
Oh, superior. Perfect.
That's right. And this is what we're about. Without flaw. See, now we're going to go on and see that it all works out. It's all true. Let's go to Deuteronomy verse 7. See, because if I'm lying, then you will definitely be able to point it out. And I know that there'll be those, oh no, that's not true. But as long as I stay in this book called the Torah, the book that can answer all questions, let's go to Deuteronomy, verse 7. Chapter 7, verse 6.
For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy God. Yahweh thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
That's right. For thou, read it again.
For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy God. Yahweh thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So we don't care whether our brother Esau tries to steal this. Yahweh knows who we are. He's a fraud to those that do not understand. We are special people to him. He cannot make a fraudulent duplicate and present it to Yah. He's made a fraudulent duplicate and presented it to the world. They would believe that. But Yahweh knows truth, so we don't have to please the world. We know that he cannot deceive our God Yah. We know who we are. We know that we're the superior, you want to say the master race? Yeah, I hear you. We know what's happening. See, it's for us. That's right. When they was trying to make themselves the master race, we are. See, all it has to be is be, exist. See, why they trying to say Jacob is the former of all things. It ain't nothing that you can talk. Homosexuality, we did it all. Cannibalism, we did it all. It's here. We did from the worst to the best. Jacob is the former of all things, whether it be good or whether it be evil. And this is what we have. We're superior in wickedness, and we're superior in righteousness. We are superior. Regardless of what you're going to talk about. You're going to talk about doing evil? Man, we did it. You want to talk about being righteous? This is where we're coming up to. That superior thought in all forms. Jacob is the former of all things. That's right. Whether it be good or evil. That's right. Praise Yahweh. That's right. That's right. I want you to read that. I want you to read it. I want you to know that we are an holy people unto Yahweh. We have been chosen to be a special people unto Him, above all people. So when Esau reads it, he's jealous.
And I think
it hurts him. Yeah, go ahead.
They have it somewhere else too. That
oh yeah.
In the Bible.
Oh yeah.
And in the Torah.
That's right. That's right. I mean, this is what we need to give our children. You understand? And this is what black people need to hear. But it got to be toned down. And this is where I'm going to go. I'm going to show you, because you represent your God, which is superior. You understand? And He doesn't want you to get all swollen head to where you got to carry it in a barrel. You understand what I'm saying? He wants you to truly be He wants you to represent Him in His truest form of meekness, kindness, love, and judgment. See, He wants you to have the qualities so that you can truly say, I am a superior person. Because He gave us a separate knowledge that was all our own. We were separate. He told us this would be your understanding among the nations. He gave us, we didn't have nothing that pertained to the nation. We were separate. And Yahweh told us that they would say that we would be a wise and understanding people if we did these things. They would look on us and our light would shine. And this is not an inferior thought. That's right. I'm here to tell a story, and I'm going to tell it tonight. And those that may listen to it and grunt their teeth, it's not my problem. It's in the Torah, and you can go back and fight with Yah. I'm only presenting it. And those that have opposition to what I'm presenting, then, I mean, if they want to show you that you're inferior and you sit there and listen to it, then you're stupid. You're stupid. If someone's going to sit down there, I don't think it's any place where white people are telling themselves and teaching that they are inferior or that they're stupid. Right. There's not one place that I know that they sit down and tell their kids that they're stupid, that they're inferior, and that they should be on the bottom.
Their thought patterns are superior alone. The fact that they bear children and carry those kids with superior thought, with the thought of superiority in their mind, they're projecting it to their children right there in the womb.
Thank you, sister. Thank you. I just wanted to, we don't understand that they have been on the top, and being in the position that they have been, it has given them a very superior way of thinking. And we that will hear these lessons and grab hold to them, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm not going to sit here and give you something inferior. That's crazy. I'm trying to give you something that is paramount in all its ways. See? So we are definitely going to move on and continue to talk about our God, Yahweh, and to be nourished in Yahweh's ways, because He is God in all His ways. So let us go to Isaiah, because Yahweh is telling us about Isaiah 10. Ten 22.
For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness.
So that's 22.
It's 22. 10:22, right?
10:22. Okay. So it says, though Israel what be as the sands of the sea?
Of the sea. Yet a remnant of them shall return.
A remnant of them shall return. And what it say about this remnant? In Zephaniah 3:13. What it says?
What is it? Zephaniah what?
3:13.
Chapter 3:13. There's no chapter 3:13. Zephaniah. Or am I looking at Zechariah?
Must be looking at Zechariah. Zephaniah? Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me see. Is it Zephaniah? Yeah, Zephaniah 3. Chapter 3.
It's next to Malachi?
Hagar. Before Hagar. Wait a second. Habakkuk.
Yeah.
Zephaniah.
Habakkuk, and then Zephaniah. I'm sorry.
Okay, 3:13.
All right. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth.
That's right. Go ahead.
For they shall feed...
Okay, no, I just want that.
Oh, okay.
So we can see that this superior remnant shall not speak lies. A deceitful tongue will not be found in their mouth. And this is where in the book of the Psalms it talks of, it says, the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hand unto iniquity. See, so we wouldn't have to worry about that, because we won't have no iniquity. So that rod of punishment will not be upon us. And then now this goes to the saying, where Yahweh says to them, to our forefathers, He said, I've not done so with any other nation. He said, I have not dealt so with any other nation has Yahweh dealt with as He has dealt with our forefathers. Not one nation that can say that Yahweh has dealt with them as He has dealt with us. Not one. He has dealt with us in a very special way, giving us a special position upon the earth. Now, we have to understand that we're here to carry about out Yahweh's will, not our will. And so we want to know the attribute of our God, Yahweh. We know that we're superior. We know that we hold a superior rank, a superior office. It says we have power with God and man has prevailed. Who was said that I've not dealt so with any other nation? He dealt with us in such a superior way, which makes us a superior people or superior individual. And where Yahweh, it was the gift, He says, eyes have not seen nor ears heard what Yahweh has in store for them that love Him. That's right. Because, like I'm saying, the reward is so great what He has. He's not going to give it to anybody. If you get what He got, He's going to, that's right, you cannot get it. That's how great it is. I mean, it says, as Paul wrote, as he had learned in his Episcopal, say they all run the race, but the winners have been chosen. So run. That's right. They all will. Yahweh knows who the winners are. To a superior gift, a superior reward. That's right. So let us see in Psalm 138 how Yahweh being himself being superior and being that we are to imitate him, what he wants of us, how he wants us to be. See, verse 6.
Though Yahweh be high, yet has he respect unto the lowly.
That's how.
Proud, you know.
Okay, read it again.
Though Yahweh be high, yet has he respect unto the lowly.
That's right. Yahweh wants us to be the same way. Though he be high, and read the word what superior is, he has respect unto the lowly. Yahweh does not want us to have respect of persons. He wants us to execute proper judgment, giving mercy where it needs mercy. Then only can you obtain truly that superior thought, that superior overall manifestation of your God. Because he himself is superior, yet still will he hear the lowly.